Hi, and welcome to day 7 of our 10-day yin yoga practice. As always, have your props nearby you, cushions, blankets, blocks, whatever you need. Today there is an offer to use them, but again, you're finding your edge and what suits you best. So today I'm going to invite you to journey with me through our practice from standing to seated. So when you're ready, finding a comfortable standing position. So finding that standing position, I'm going to invite you to come into Dangling Pose, where the feet might be about hip width, and you might start to shuffle the hips. Allow your body to fold forwards, and the arms might be dangling here. You might fold the arms. You might let the head go heavy. If that feels too intense, you might bend your elbows, placing them on your knees. And again, that invitation to let the head go heavy here. Taking the time, if you want to have a little shuffle about, maybe nod the head, yes, no, maybe swing side to side. What could you offer your body here? Could you release the shoulders, neck, head? With each breath out, the offering to surrender that little bit more, noticing as you're upside down, what tension could you offer to be released? Today's affirmation, again, you can always feel free to be with it or release it if it doesn't serve you. The journey that I am on, I honour it as my own. The journey that I am on, I honour it as my own. And last 3 breaths here, no rush. Taking your time, starting to bend more into the knees, placing the hands down, coming into a child's pose. That could be big toes together, knees together. That could be knees out wide. You might stretch the arms forward. You might bend the arms. You can also always use your props as well if you like. Just finding what serves you there. We'll be here just for a minute in this one. Notice what feels alive in your body right now. And taking your time, your last breath here. Gently starting to lift the head up, and you might place the hands beside the knees as you roll up slowly. Head comes up last. You might take a shoulder shrug if that feels good for you, or a gentle neck stretch. So I invite you to come into saddle pose, and there'll be quite a few variations here. This might already feel quite intense for you. So I'll first face towards you. This could be your knees together, knees out wide. You might not use any props. It might be enough to stay here. Perhaps here is enough. Maybe you place a cushion underneath your ankles if they feel quite intense. That might feel quite intense to sit back, so remember, use your props. You might use some blocks to sit on top of a cushion. And again, the invitation is to stay there. You might choose instead to start to lean back. And as you lean back, just placing the hands behind you, you might scoop and tuck the tailbone under to come into saddle pose, more reclined, and the invitation as well. If you wanted to come further back, you might use your props as well to guide some space for you to lean back on top of. You might come down onto the forearms. So that's a bit too much past my edge for me on that one, so I'm going to stay on my hands. As we settle here for about 2 minutes or just under, feel free to close your eyes. Notice the sensations that feel alive in your body right now. Where could you offer a surrender? Noticing your breath. Is there space to lengthen out the exhale? And again, you might affirm your intention, a version of the intention that I offered. I honor the journey that I am on as my own. Or the journey that I am on, I honor it as my own. Three final breaths in. Taking your time, guiding yourself back up. Sit to the side and release your legs. Take note of how that feels there. Maybe they feel quite tingly. Notice what you feel releasing there. And the invitation to stay seated, the invitation to come to lie down. Reclining all the way back onto your mat. From standing to seated to lying down, you might come into constructive rest. Feet out, mat width, knees together. You might choose to extend your legs out into a shavasana. After our legs have been bent, it might feel quite nice to extend them out. Take a moment to take stock. Take a moment to go inwards and notice what feels alive in your body here. And taking your time, I invite you to come up to seated where we'll close our practice. I invite you to come up into a comfortable seat now to draw our practice to a close with some yoga mudras. So inviting your palms together, the center of your chest, calibrating yourself to seated, palms at your center. Taking a breath in and a breath out. In your next inhale, we'll open the palms, open the fingertips in Lotus Mudra. On your inhale, we'll take the arms up in the Lotus Mudra, wherever your shoulders feel safe. And then on your exhale, closing the flower, bringing it back into the heart center. Inhale as we take your right arm, palms up to receive. What could you receive more of right now in your journey? And bringing that into your heart center. Taking your left arm out. Maybe you might turn the palm out. What could you give in your journey right now? And then coming back to center. Taking stock, arriving to center. The journey that I am on, I honor it as my own. Closing today's practice. Let's inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hands down through center. Namaste. Thank you for joining practice, and I hope that whatever you've taken from today's lesson, today's practice together, that you take the time to honor where you are right now. Honor your truth, honor your lived experience, your authentic power and path. Trusting that the path that you're on is unique to you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and take care. Bye bye.